big matter in this. I never wanted a Hindu boy and a Muslim boy to be sad together. What's the matter in this? I asked Abdul to go back to the last place.
Your granddad was a Muslim, right?
Yes.
Your grandma was Hindu, right?
Yes.
So
They were my grandparents. How can they influence me? Both my parents, they told me only one thing to me. Being a teacher, I was never allow a Hindu boy and a Muslim boy to be sat here, right? And I never liked any people who are sitting here like that. I never want religions to get together, speak with each person, and be equalized like other common things in India does.
that existed and you would never exist. Right?
I still can't understand this.
Our country is made up of various religions, people of different races, different ethnicities, different religions. But that doesn't mean that we can discriminate among them just because of the religion. We are all humans. I don't know when people will understand this. You separated Abdullah just because he's a Muslim and you cannot sit with a Hindu, right? Even their parents don't have any problem with that, so what's the big deal?
And the person who teaches them about good deeds and good things that must happen in their future life.
Value system.
About the value system and so on. And being a science teacher, I must teach them about how the society is going on. Based on the only because of the society, I told them to sit apart.
Only because of the society.
Yes. You know how the society outside is.
You're a staunch Hindu, right?
Yes.
Gita and all. So, great Hindu lords have always said that treat all, even in the Bhagavad Gita, there are a lot of sections where equality of humans is being spoken about. So equality is not just among genders or not just among different castes. Equality also refers to religions, people from different countries. All that comes under the notion equality. So what you have done is an insult to the dignity of not only an insult but of country. The motto of our country is to have different religious people together. We have a mosque, we have a church, we have a temple. We have people, we have Buddhist monasteries, we have Jain monasteries, we have so many different languages and dialects. And our country is based on the theme unity in diversity. So what you've done has infringed the principle and sole, ideology on which our country and its, ideals and principles rest. So you better apologize to them.
Okay.
Have you realized your mistake now?
Yes, I have realized my mistake. And I'm extremely sorry, Abdul Kalam and Ramananda Shastri. So you can sit back to the first row. I don't have any problem. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What
No
was
problem, ma'am.
jumping inside abruptly? Case number one. If one person that is a colleague in the institution is able to speak so much passively, and the troubled lady with twisted mind is able to get counsel, and she all of a sudden changes. So if this is so easy, then why come in colleges, schools, government organizations and private organizations, people don't change? Why is it like it's not always as easy as we have seen in this case? When one teacher was talking as a counsel and the teacher gets convinced and she immediately apologizes to the troubled individuals, and if that is going to be this easy, then why is it not happening so easily in the realistic life? I want someone to answer this question. If dispute handling is so easy like this, then why is it not happening in real life, in the world? Yeah.
But because of the egos, like they have egotistical problems, and they never accept anyone finding faults with themselves, but they normally keep finding faults or discriminate someone or any type of, like in this case, discriminating niche. There are so many things, but they never accept that somebody else has rectified their mistake. That is, they can't accept that they had realized the mistake. They understood why it is wrong, why the mistake is wrong, but they can't accept the fact that they have if their mistake has been rectified by some other person who's not related to the problem.
Totally. Okay. So ego problem is the response by Mitra. Guru Prasanna.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have two things, sir. Sir, one, I think it's about a difference of perspective, sir. Sir, as there is difference of opinions, nobody is like they are not hearing about anybody's idea, and they are only seeing their ideas and their perspectives, sir. And in this difference of perspective, sir, I think lack of communication is the important thing, sir. If they communicate with each other and if they come into a conclusion which happened in the skit, then there won't be any problem, sir. But they are not willing to change their perspective into others' perspective. As Mitra said, like ego problem is also an important thing, sir. But in my opinion, difference of perspectives and lack of communication are the important things.
Beautiful. Okay. So another perception is communication problem. All right. Aswatthama. Sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I think it's like the same as ego problem, like Guru and Mitraka mentioned, sir. It's like of they each religion has their own rules and regulations. It's something that they'll have to follow daily and weekly like this, sir. So in other religions, this might be opposite or not be followed, sir. So they might not like this, sir. I think that's right, sir.
Okay. That's also right. All right. So three views got from Mitra, Guru Prasanna, and Aswatthama. Yeah, Dhaneshwar, your view.
Uh, so like each religion has like their own like culture and stuff and like what beliefs they practice and other things. So I think because of that and like these one time people like some people they only want people to do a thing a specific way, and if some people might think that that's like the correct way and they would disagree with everything else, and that's kind of like how they would punish people, I guess, just like to exclude them from things. Yeah, that's my point of view.
All right. Very, very, very professional thinking. Good job. Dr. Siddharth.
Sir, I think nowadays,
Very well done, Danish.
well done, Tanishwar.
Go ahead.
So, I think nowadays people have this thought process that whatever they think is right, and it's something that's not good enough, sir. There's always a room to make mistakes, and there's always a time where you can rectify them. But most people, they think highly about themselves. It's very similar to the ego problems, and so they find very difficult when they're proved wrong, sir, and they cannot digest the fact, they cannot move on. So they cling on to their opinion despite the fact that it's wrong, and still they claim that it's right, and they do all sort of manipulation just to prove that they're right. So I think it basically has to do a lot with their ego.
Okay. So, jump interruption case 1 has been withdrawn. Responses received from Mitra, Guru Prasanna, Aswathaman, Dhaneshwar, and Dakshin Siddharth. So this jump interruption is always done. It is like a Vedal coming and jumping into the shoulder of Vikramaditya. So jump interruption case, JIC. So now incidentally Mitra and Dakshin Siddharth are sitting as if they are Vikramaditya king and I am the Vedal behind them. So jump and I interrupt and I give the case. So it is made to think. It is strictly made to make all you people think. Okay, now get back to the skit. 21 minutes elapsed in the skit. When I was into the jump interruption, the time was stopped. Now the timer is going to be resumed. 3, 2, 1, go. And make sure you learn from jump interruption cases.
Yes, yes.
Everybody. Timer start, go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the next object that you're seeing in front of you is a shoe, a traditional Indian shoe, and this might not seem like a great object, but when I reveal the story behind this shoe, it'll make every one of you appreciate this masterpiece. So let's get started. The first scene where the narrator is played by Mitra. The narrator's name won't be revealed throughout the story. I am one of her grandchildren, and if any of you guys want to jump in as one of the grandchildren, you can always do that. So quickly raise hands if you want to be one of the grandchildren, and yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Grandma, I have a question.
Yes, my child.
Who's the most remarkable person that you've ever met? I always wondered. Because you said that you moved across states in India. So who's the most remarkable person that you've ever met?
Before I give the answer, do you have any expectations?
King, Lord, Viceroy, a very rich man with all, who has everything that the world has to offer.
No, the answer is too far. You are not close. The answer
Okay,
is
someone from another country.
no.
Like, come on,
I
who
advise
else?
only Indians.
Okay. Last chance. Maybe a businessman? A merchant? No?
No. Actually, the person who I met was a shoemaker.
Shoemaker. Like the ones who.
The shoes that you are wearing now, it had an older version few years before. Not few years, many years before. Like even 2 decades before. It was a story. Let me get you to the flashback. That person, that shoemaker's name was Shastri.
Shastri.
Shastri. He was a Brahmin. And one thing that was happening during the time you might have studied this in history was Industrial Revolution. We had lots of missionaries, and through missionaries we started having business. We started manufacturing lots of British products, and we had to buy those, and we also had to manufacture those. And one thing that was initially one of the best selling thing, but later on it actually before the Industrial Revolution even started, one thing that was best selling throughout India was the shoe. So Shastri's elder brother was the head of the office, like his sister. He always has his mind. He never wants his shop to be called a shop. He wants his shop to be called a shop. He was that aspiring. He had lots of dreams. And he also recruited his brother, that is Shastri. But even more than his brother, Shastri was working even more harder. Although his elder brother was the head of the company, Shastri was even more hard working. So after a few days, unfortunately, when the Industrial Revolution started, as people started approaching the British products to be bought, this business got scaled down.
Oh.
The elder brother, due to a disease, he passed away. And the only soul who was the breadwinner of the family was absolutely Shastri. So what he did was, he never suppressed, was always hardworking, and he kept on making new shoes, although there was nobody for buying those. I was the only regular customer, and each time when I visit this, I bought the shoes for all of you, my daughter, my son, and for you all, because his dream is to make different styles of shoes. Even this shoe is one of the older version. This shoe's older version was really beautiful to be looked at. So what he did was, he started manufacturing lots of beautiful shoes, but though he manufactured lots of shoes, nobody was there. Each time I visit his shop, I would never see a single customer, but there would be lots of shoe shops nearby. And in those shoe shops,
Those were British.
yes, those were British. And we had lots of missionaries. What they used to do is, in front of the door, they had the missionaries, which actually induced the common people to visit the shop and buy those.
How many first meeting can you tell me the story and flashback?
The first time I met him was before the Industrial Revolution even started.
Please. So now let's see how the narrator, who was a young girl at that time, comes to shop with the family members played by Kaneshwar, Ashwathaman, and Ritan. Ritan and Guru. Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Come in, getting welcome to Shastri's company.
Sir, we have so many different varieties.
Oh wow, you're wearing a shoe from Gujarat, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
How did you find them, sir?
I've made so much of those shoes. Your father is wearing a shoe, a Punjabi shoe,
Yes, sir.
right?
We were actually born in Punjab.
Oh,
So
that's great. That's great. Yeah. So, what kind of shoes do you want?
Sir, something new, sir, that's new to the market that is even more pretty. That could distinguish us from the other common people.
Okay. So, this shoe, you can see, it's called the Paku, and you could see the embroidery in this particular shoe. The threads are made with gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
And the designs that you see here are purely handmade. And this is a new type of shoe that I invented. So, you want this way?
No, it's so inducing, so inducing. Please go ahead.
Is it unisex shoe?
Everyone can wear it. So, if you want to wear it, you can wear
Not
it.
only unisexual, this guy can also.
Can also?
This guy can also. He's a different gender, so he can
No,
also.
no, no.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What's that guy, sir?
Yeah, he always likes to make fun of me. He works at my shop.
Oh,
I bring the raw materials for the shoes.
Actually, he's from England, his name is Peter Robert.
oh. Hello, Peter. Namaste.
Namaste. Figure out this and Abdullah.
Abdullah, hello, namaste, namaste.
So, do you want to try it on?
Sure, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, this
shoot.
looks more majestic, and I think, Father, I think this would be more suitable for each and every one of us, right? Or do you have any other idea or sense?
Sir, what about the top rack left shoes, sir? Like
Oh,
in
see,
the
brother.
rack you have kept, right, sir? So
Yeah,
what about
your
that shoes?
Maharashtrian shoe looks really good. So that one.
He's
Yes, sir.
speaking about this.
Like the leather one.
Oh, the leather one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
basically a combination of like leather brought from some other countries, and we have blended it with Indian style shoes. And yeah, you can try it on. Definitely.
Sir, no, sir. I don't want the
So no,
shoes
sir, I
there.
think by just sir, I think by just seeing it, I think there has been a lot of effort put into it. So like small details, there is a lot of them, sir. I think one of the best shop that I can just without putting on the shoes, that I'll just say like just closing my eyes, I could just say your shop, sir, because there is a lot of effort put into every one of shoes, sir. I really appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Which shoe did you spend the most time making, sir?
Well, it's not separate set of shoes that I make. I try to do shoes combining different cultures, like even if it's if the leather or the material is from some other country, I try to blend it because we're all humans and we can learn a lot from our cultures. So I blend different kinds of shoes. Sometimes even use British leather. I know it's controversial, but still, we can learn something from their culture as well. So I blend it with Indian style and I try to make new different types of shoes with India at the pinnacle and if possible some other cultures combined.
Okay, sir.
I think it's a good thing that you design your shoe with all cultures in mind. I think it's good to accept everything and all
Yeah,
are
thank you.
doing hard on it.
Thank you. And the shoe that you're wearing, I think at the lower portion of your ankle, at the back side of your ankle, it hurts, right? Because it's small.
Yes, sir.
So
You have lots of knowledge about shoes.
maybe you can give it, I can repair it for you.
Yes, sir. Or if you want to of this shop.
My brother was unfortunately passed away. So I'm taking care of the business now and all this is great man who always takes care of me.
We've got plenty of orders to take care of. You have to come and you have to
We are
decide.
here as a family, we have to try to give you profit.
Sir has got much better.
No.
No, sir has got much better. Man, with all due respect, sir has got much better plenty of orders that have come.
We are 8 in number, and if each one of us buy 2 shoes, it will make 16. 16 shoes, we know the profit that you
That is an award called as Rita Nitish ma'am. He has got 55 whites. So he was speaking about 10 people. That now has got so many families.
How many children does he have?
You just countless, sir. So all those sports shoes are going to be ordered.
More than sports shoes, traditional shoes actually are working.
Okay, lady, go ahead with
Sir, I
the
would
system.
like to order 60 traditional shoes and we want them to be made of purely Indian materials.
Yeah. It will take around 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes, sir, purely Indian materials because the industrial traditional happen to
Yeah, that's
come from these. Yes, sir, we wish you best of luck and you will definitely be the vision that your business scales even more higher, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Peace. Now in the next scene, we have the family members discussing among themselves about the shoes, the quality of the shoes. Please do one more.
The quality of the shoes is really good. Everything has been made of Indian material. And I thought he would hesitate to be made the shoe entirely of Indian materials. I thought he would at least use 1% of leather or any other thing from abroad. But he has made purely of Indian shoes and it's really fine. I think we must definitely mark his shop.
Okay. Guru, someone.
Yeah, I think the shop has inspired more for you, and also it has inspired a lot. But I don't think so. The shop will go forever because the British people are planning to go with some of the new kinds. And I think so. These kind of people who are doing hard work will won't be able to achieve more in their life.
So please. Now after 10 years, the narrator comes to Shastri's shop. The shop, which was once teeming with customers, is now reduced to just a handful of customers. And Shastri is shocked at the state of his, new shop. And let's see what happens when the narrator comes back. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sir, do you know this is?
Oh yeah, you got
16
16
traditional
traditional shoes. Sit down, ma'am, sit down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You look so dull, sir. Why, sir? Is there any reason?
Uh, well, it's complicated, you know. I don't have any problems with, how do I say this to you? I mean, I'm still making shoes. I have made around 60, 70 shoes. You can see the stuff up
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir.
I have so much passion. I made all of them in the last 2 months.
Last 2 months,
Yeah.
you were able to make these number of shoes in just 60 days.
But the machines that the British have, they make around 200 of those. Not able, and those are of cheaper quality because they're machine made. And these are purely made by my hand. But people don't want good shoes, it seems. They just want shoes that are cheaper and that are, produced at a faster rate. No one's coming to my shop. The British industries have just taken over.
Sir, try discounting more or selling just for a week or even like 2 weeks. Try selling those at a lower cost.
I
But
did
then,
that for 1 month. Still, they want more shoes and they have advertisements. They have money to do that. They're hyping up their product so much. I don't have money to give advertisements or, like, I don't know what to do. I cannot do something commercially.
think how your brother would have handled this. Like 10 years, I have been a regular customer, and this month being the mid of the year, each year I visit here, we lavishly shop a lot, and that's how each year we get it up, and we never step even into any other shoe shops. And try being in the shoes of your brother if he was alive. What would he have thought to make the business scale higher?
I'm not able to think, disturb. The only thing, I don't even have money to, sustain myself for the next few years. I don't know how I'm going to manage. And the only thing which I have right now is my passion for making shoes. I'll continue making shoes no matter who buys them or not. That's never going to stop. And people laugh at me and say, who am I making these shoes for? No one wants to buy them. It won't make me stop, pursuing my passion.
A businessman never stops. So you keep doing making these shoes, And this time I would like to buy the same 18 shoes, sir.
18 shoes.
Yes, sir. Traditional
Wow.
ones.
Peter, 18 shoes. Platinum.
Well, I'm telling you that you have got plenty of shoe orders on
Yes,
this 185 or 195 orders, and you are speaking about 18 and 20.
profits. Understood?
Understood.
Please. So, the next year, the customer again comes, but to her shop, she finds a young boy sitting instead of in the place of Shastri. 3, 2, 1, go.
Peter,
Yes, ma'am.
I
What
don't
happened?
know. You, what's your name?
I'm Shastri's nephew. Yeah, here with old Peter.
You are Shastri's nephew. He's Peter. I never want to speak with him. Where is Shastri, your uncle?
He died 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Ever since these young generation people came, he got so depressed. He lost all his
No.
class and then he backed away to the
No,
hills.
no.
These people, I mean, he was so
You
traditional.
make
And you know
a
the reason?
about the state.
I was the reason. I was like a old wine with him, and he was like an old diamond
You
pearl.
better keep
Do you
quiet.
understand? Okay. So we both were making such a lethal combination, and you people came with this
So you have
outlandish
no
knowledge.
shoes.
You made. You never
What
heard
kind of shoes
Shastri
you
to
want?
make shoes. You
Guys,
He just speaks. He doesn't know.
vintage. You people are getting obsessed with this Louis Vuitton and this is Darren Soli and all those nonsense. And we still have our own legacy. You understand that?
Okay.
You keep quiet, okay? The legacy still remains.
You know what? The past year has been very difficult for my uncle. He did not get proper profits and he did not even have time to eat. He spent that time making shoes. He did not have any customers, but he still made shoes. He still, till his last breath, even at his deathbed, he was still making shoes. He was thinking about shoes, and
Such lying, patenting stories, cooking and tragic stories, and bringing the pathos so that the other people will
ignore him. He said that. So till his last breath, he never mentioned a word. He never complained about his lack of food or his starvation. He just complained about the mindset of the people, how they were so easily attracted towards advertisements, and people from other countries coming here and dominating the business. He was so dedicated. I have never seen anyone so much dedicated to their craft.
That's true, that's true.
So when we talk about big people, we talk about leaders, kings, businessmen. We never talk about these small-scale people who do a lot for their profession. So yeah, that's the reason.
I'm extremely sorry. But I am the regular customer. You might have.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
As much as I hate to say this, I would like to say I really respect the way that you spoke about your.
Thank you.
I never thought that you had been having this kind of a respect at the back of your walls of your heart. So I thought that. But that doesn't mean that I respect you only.
I don't want respect from you. I never respected you, so I don't want respect from you.
Oh, you got it. Right, so freeze now. Give a finishing narration. I think the second skill is coming to the conclusion.
Yes, sir.
The story was made only today by Darshan Siddharth. I really appreciate that. Tenacity, good job.
And also,
No,
actually,
sir, I'm seriously.
This shooting,
Only difference.
yeah, make a money.
yeah, 90 minutes going on.
But I'm not able to.
Right, okay.
So the conclusion is that never complain about the attention which you receive, never care about the spotlight. Just keep doing what you love the most, and God will take care of it.
Don't seek attention.
Yeah, yes, don't seek attention.
All right, so another 20 minutes taken, but by virtue of coming to the direct class, Darshan Siddharth has lapped it up. He has been using this direct session completely for his learning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you.
The total cost that Samaya Narayanan has taken for bringing here has not been paid.
Yeah.
And I will tell this to her once she comes here. Okay, so
Thank you, ma'am.
2 skits. Now the time is almost 7. Yeah, very good. So now the time is almost 7. Okay, jump interruption case number 2. Before you go on with the next skit. Now, You see a classical story of a shoemaker and the person who has been shedding his entire molecule of his body towards making a legacy of his career and becoming so famous in that shoemaking and eventually reaching the doors of the heaven and ultimately the nephew explaining about his son. And towards the end, they mentioned that never expect anything, don't seek attention, and leave the glory that should come automatically from the Almighty, and you should not be working for it. My question is, the world is entirely filled of so many people who are looking for a lot of attention. Now, fittingly, we are speaking about the current modern era. We got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got LinkedIn, we got plenty of other apps, nameable, not nameable, all those apps, where people flaunt their pictures, people flaunt their new findings. I'm very careful. Yes, I'm an Insta user. Yes, I'm a WhatsApp user. Yes, I'm a Twitter user as well. But you might not be seeing me flaunting my pictures in my WhatsApp status or my Insta status. There will be some learning that can be taken away for the other people, which some of my family members don't like. And that's why sometimes I refrain from posting WhatsApp status. I'm pretty sure the one and only big fan of my status updates and Instagram is from the family is Mitra alone, not the other people, exclusively not my elder brother. We've been speaking about that a couple of hours back too. So now, being the skit makers, what is your answer for this question? The entire world is in the attention-seeking mentality. I wear a Diwali dress, I take a selfie, I post, I flaunt, and I look for views and likes. I go and eat a favorite dish in a restaurant, I take a pic, I post, and I flaunt, and I expect for views and likes. Go to my friend's house and I spend time with my friends. I don't live that moment. I capture the moment. I post that in Insta. I look for views and likes. So attention seeking, attention seeking, attention seeking everywhere. Spotlight seeking everywhere. Is it an addiction? Is it a kind of a habit, or is it a disease? How can we eradicate this? Or better yet, you tell me how you are keeping yourself safe from this. We are getting the hands, we are getting from Tanishwar, we are getting from Guru Prasanna, we are getting from Mitra, and we are getting from Dr. Siddharth. First come first serve. Tanishwar, go.
Okay, so about this, my teacher last year, my teacher actually like did something like this before. So like, she showed us pictures on Instagram of people just like being in airplanes and stuff, and then we saw this article saying that it wasn't even a real airplane, that it was just a set that they rented to take the picture. So we saw that and it kind of reminded me of it. So to it's just to seek attention to and to get likes and money, and that's probably the main reason they're doing it. And to eradicate it is I don't know, maybe to like
Okay.
I mean
Yeah. Finish what is done.
um I think that's what social media is made for, but like they can't like if they're like donating money to like some charity or something, they can't really post on like social media to like get attention, because it's a worldwide crisis, and like it's it's like a serious disease like cancer and stuff. So uh there's different ways to look at it, but to eradicate it, people that have a good mindset won't do it, and people that just want you know just want attention, they do it. Yeah.
Good answer, Tanishwar.
Welcome, Tanishwar.
Okay, Tanishwar has given his view and his opinion on that, although he hasn't uttered any solution, but still he has done it. That's also good enough. GP.
Yes, sir. Sir, in my opinion, sir, it, sir, everything has positives and negatives, sir. The same for social media also, sir. It also have positives and it also have negatives, sir. It's the negative which you said, the thing which you said is one of the most crucial negative thing about social media, sir. Sir, if you ask me, it has is social media addiction disease, sir, I would say it as an addiction, sir, because like many people think that if they post, as Tanish was said, that like if they post something, sir, they if they get more likes means they are getting more money and more profit, sir. For that itself, they would post more and more things, more and more times which they spend in wherever they spend the time, sir. Sir, I have seen and not seen, sir. I have heard about an incident, sir. Like which was 4 to 5 years back, sir. Like when they were going to a cinema, sir. Like they have took up a picture of the cinema and they have posted, sir. Like after that, knowing that like a friend in the Instagram, sir, the Instagram account, like they it's not compulsory that any nobody will not see, sir. Like it may be a thief also, sir. The thief has like seen that, and he went to their house and scattered everything, it seems, sir. Like I heard this 4 or 5 years back. I did not remember what happened really at the time, sir, but this was the situation there which happened, sir. Sir, to eradicate and to give a solution for this, sir, I would say, sir, it's not possible to fully close the social media, sir. Like without full, like without going fully into social media, if he like if a person is not going fully into social media, and at least some percentage of addiction, like in 100 percentage, at least if he is not addicted, at least 50 percentage, he may not be getting into social media like this, sir. Like I, in my opinion, sir, the solution is reducing the social media time, so that's the solution, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dakshina. Thank you, Ritan. Thank you, Ashwathaman.
You once told that every 13 seconds, from the world around the world, each one person is trying to capture our attention, either through commercial purpose like advertisements or through texting, but it's based on our mindset of controlling that, sir. I would like to choose the second option, sir, that is addiction, sir. When people got addicted, each time they receive a notification or a link, they just take up the phone and check which social media they have got a message from, sir. And whether it is commercial purpose or anything, they are getting a mindset to peep inside the website or anything, sir. And that actually distracts them. And even if they are going to study or then people ask them to put off their notifications, let's put it on do not disturb more or anything. They just nod for the advice, but they're not getting the mindset to switch it off, sir. Because this is all because addiction. And the only solution that we could give is controlling ourselves, sir. Even if other people keep restricting us, we will only develop hatred towards that person, sir. The only thing is we have to restrict ourselves, like restriction mode in digital well-being in our phones. So each and every phone has that mode. And if they are restricting themselves for using social media, getting the notifications from it, that timer could be turned on, sir. And the second thing is self-control, sir. No other advice other than self-control can keep you away from getting addicted to social media.
Alright, that's point taken. So Tanishwar has given his perception. Guru Prasanna has spoken about self-control, and Mitra has spoken about digital well-being self-control apps to be used. Now, let's see what Arjun Siddharth says.
Sir, I think to give a different perspective than like the other common ones, I'd say influenced by your peers or influenced by people you admire. Like social media has got a lot of different uses, and when a person sees his friends posting something, they want to talk, like they want to talk that, they want something to emulate, they want to emulate that post, and so they like try to copy them and try to do that thing. So because they're getting influenced by other people, so I think the real solution to this is, I think it depends on the person, sir. If he wants to save time and, spend his time in a productive way, if he wants to, lead a good life, then he has to restrict the time or curtail the time, not spend his entire day in social media. So I remember like a scene from a movie, sir, like master like Vijay Sethupathi says, like, putting I remember that scene. So it depends on the person. So if he wants to lead a good life, then he can do it, or he can also use social media in a proper way, sir. Like spreading inspirational messages, and in Twitter you can spread good like news related to important topics, sir. Like you discuss. So if you spread news about underrated topics and you can use social media to spread information as well. So if you use social media in a proper way, I think everyone is influenced by you in a good way, and they try to follow you.
Right, so that's a very good one. It depends upon the user, and internet and social media are always mirror mode. You look at it in a good way, they look at back in a good way. You look at it in a bad way, they look at it back in a bad way. We cannot blame the social media. It is another evolution that has come in a global perspective. Anti-phone day was invented. The climate of anti-phone day invention was not that good. So I still remember November 1st. This November month is something is 2019. November had a very big earthquake. 2021 November. November 3rd, 2019. Yeah, this one. So anti-phone day was brought with this, and that is my single venture. I'm going to make a video on anti-phone day. Soon it will be hitting my YouTube channel as well. So that's another venture. That's what all of your people's answers are compressing. And incidentally, Siddhyadityan, Kavin Sandro, Ritan Nitish, Guru Prasad, everybody has taken the Aswathaman included. Everybody has taken the anti-phone day. Ironically, Darshan Siddharth and Mitra are the only ones who have not taken the anti-phone day. So people who have spoken like saints and preached have not taken the anti-phone day. Watch out. Yes, Guru Prasad.
Yes, sir. Sir, the anti-phone day was really good, sir. Like I was able to control my phone time, sir. Sir, I watched like instead of watching phone, sir, I think so. I watched a lot more TV shows, sir, because as I wasn't able to see phone, sir, it was so boring to sit in Diwali, sir. If it was a school day, we'll be going to school and we'll be back, and there won't be some problem in 5 hours, sir. As it was a holiday, sir, full Diwali we were sitting simply means it was so boring, sir. So that I watched a lot more TV shows alone, sir. Sir, but I wasn't able to. I was able to control, sir, but I wasn't able to think of the phone, sir. It was like the phone to take the phone. It was coming in my mind for a long time, sir. After that, I itself distracted me to the other work. That was the
Good
thing
job.
I did, sir.
Very happy to hear that. Yes, good job, good job. Yeah, Ritan Nitish, translation.
Sir, about the anti-phone day, sir, there is one thing I need to tell you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I actually used the phone for one thing, sir. Not for like video purposes, sir, just for calling, sir. Like, I need to call my mom, sir. I was outside, sir. So, for that the time alone, I opened my phone and I just called my mom, sir. So, and the second thing, sir, I really felt like myself, sir. Like instead of like sitting in the phone, I felt like myself, and I really uh, get to know myself, sir.
Beautiful. That's nice. Good.
Very well written.
Okay.
Thank you, Guru. Thank
Management, this anti-phone day is a concept that I have brought in MS evening sessions credit trading system. It means You will not touch your phone no matter what for 24 hours span of time. Like that particular bylaw was brought because of some unfortunate reason. One day, 2 days back, 3 days back, these people were very much showing a lot of non-complaint attitude, and that made me mad. And so I brought that. So incidentally, after bringing that as a bylaw, except Dakshin Siddharth and Mitra, almost everybody who are attending the MSED sessions right now currently have taken the anti-phone day. That is, they will inform me prior when they are going to use this anti-phone day. Like Ritanitish was the first person to avail that. He said, sir, from today evening, after finishing MS evening sessions, at 8 o'clock, I'll start my anti-phone day. So, from that 8 o'clock, in the subsequent, till the subsequent days, 8 o'clock, he will not even touch the phone, no matter what is the purpose that is getting emulated or triggered into his mind. Yes, he has mentioned that he has attended the call, even that is not allowed, but anyways, this is the first time. So, no, nothing. Anti-phone day means, it means you have gone back to the day when you don't even have something called as a cell phone.
Sir, no, sir. From my mom's phone, if you are calling me, I can attend from my mom's phone.
You should not touch any smartphone.
Sir, for academic purpose, video, not in down for.
That depends upon you. You have to take on that day where you are not having any sort of academic commitments to that induces you to touch the phone. You've got to be careful. You need to take on that day.
Stay a day before school.
Yeah.
Sir,
I'll change that too. No touching of phone. Anti-phone day, Abhina, your brain segment is being switched off about something called a smartphone. Smartphone, Abhina, touch books, touch, okay, television, I don't care. Television is about 10 feet difference and you're seeing it, that's not a. So many games. So that's the rule, and if you've got any idea of involving that, you can let me know.
Okay, sir. So do I just tell you what time I do it and when I do it?
Sorry.
So do I just tell you when I'm going to do it and then?
Yeah, you got to tell me in advance when you are going to take it so that I can note down, and I will involve that in your CRs.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the rest of the skit part you will complete tomorrow.
okay, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
How many skits remaining?
3.
3. So tomorrow there will not be any
Yes.
preparation time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Siddharth Saranakumar will be joining, Dhaneshwar again will be joining. And remember, Sunday we are working, alright? So Sunday classes. If Dakshin Siddharth is the only person that's going to come for the direct class tomorrow, then I will advise Dakshin not to spend time and not to spend money over the fuel. He can stay back and he can also attend via online. You can also attend via online. If Dakshin is going to have any companionship, you need not put that in the WhatsApp group. Talk to Dakshin. If there is one more person who is accompanying him, then you both can come and then it makes 3 along with Mitra. But 2 members, then and Dakshin with the given fact of him traveling 4 and 4, 8 kilometers for reaching here, I don't think that is necessary. If it is a presentation, he can come and he can make use of the podium. He can speak, but it's a skit. So tomorrow, mostly, you will be forced to attend by online. But I will tell you if you go. Anybody who is willing to accompany Dakshin Siddharth, you can contact him. You did not tell me, you can contact him. But I'll be here. Whoever is coming, the door is open for your direct entrance. If you're not able to make it for direct entrance, the laptop door is open. That's it. Too much of cracker sound and that is very distracting for me. So we will meet tomorrow. Any questions before we leave?
No question, sir. Sir, but I am interested to accompany Dakshana, sir, but I won't be able to do that, sir.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
Okay, Darshan's parent has not come. So let me not waste time. Tomorrow there will be a skit. And in the chat box, I'm going to send a text. Be wary of the text because that's going to be our next activity. The activity's name is My Pocket People. My Pocket People. And here it comes. Now let me use the time wisely and I'll explain what the activity is going to be. And here comes the text. Now, have a look at the text and listen to me carefully.
Okay.
My Pocket People exhibit. I'll first off read out. Number 1, the Joker. Funny and cutting a sorry figure. Number 2, the Warrior. Successful, influential, and inspirational. Number 3, the Dabbler. Stumbling and jittery and fumbling in nature. Number 4, the Pioneer. Clarity, enjoying the process, and purposeful. Number 5, the Wolfer. Very cunning, manipulative, and shortcut paths. I want every single student of MSc evening session to come up with 5 individuals under these titles. Living, non-living. Present, non-present. Real, unreal. Fiction, non-fiction. Making stories or a real person. Now let me give you a demonstration. Now I am one among the students of MS Evening Sessions roster and I am making the presentation. Good evening sir and good evening my dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me in this presentation. And I am going to give the exhibit of my pocket people today. I am going to speak about 5 individuals. The Joker, the Warrior, the Dabbler, the Pioneer and the Wolfer. And I will also give the reason why I have chosen them. Now let me first of all speak about my favorite person, the Warrior. It's not under any specific sequence. I would say, I would like to take Ratan Tata and the Swami Vivekananda as fitting into this Warrior. Because Ratan Tata, for his acumen of building such a business empire, Swami Vivekananda, for being very much into the platform of spreading spiritual messages, at the same time making the other people understand the value of Mother India, which is Vedic speeches. I'd like to speak about the Joker now. The Joker is Ravi Shastri, the Indian head coach right now in the cricket team of BCCI. Such a stupid fellow. I'm sorry for the unparliamentary words. After Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been recruited as a mentor, he failed to sit along with the fresh people. He was overconfident. He gave only meager levels of instructions to the captain Virat Kohli, who is a run machine, but he was left clueless. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the mentor, thought Ravi Shastri will give the instruction, and Ravi Shastri, the head coach, thought Mahendra Singh Dhoni will give the instruction. It's like praying 2 gods, and both the gods thinking that the other one will be going for the rescue, and Virat Kohli now biting the dust. And I heard the news that instead of having birthday cake, he's having the biting dust contest. I would like to speak about the dabbler, stumbling, jittery, and fumbling person. I would like to take an example of a particular person who has made a funny remark, thinking that it is a very big threatening remark. A sports person and his tiny little daughter has been given a rape threat. And the sports person gave a damn about it, and the entire nation was condemning the person. And this rape threat against a little bit of a tiny little kid who was just born was given for proving the point that the religious passion has to be kept. So that person who gave the rape threat through the Twitter account, in my opinion, he's such a stupid fellow and he's a dabbler, he's fit for nothing. Someone gave a rape threat to the who's it? The person, an Indian, some method. Oh, unknown person. Now let me speak about the pioneer. person who has got a very good clarity, enjoying the process, and purposeful. I came across a very, very interesting individual a couple of days back. His name is Rajiv Bhattacharya. He's one among the Dabbawalas of Mumbai. We all know about the history of Dabbawalas. And this Dabbawala, Mr. Rajiv Bhattacharya, a 10th standard dropout, is living in Andheri, Mumbai. And he prepared dabbas of sweets and he gave to the orphan people. And he delivered at least 2,755 dabbas as Diwali sweets to plenty of orphan children. Out of those 2,000 plus dabbas, 50% of the sweets were filled by his own family members and 50% were got from the market. He was a pioneer and he enjoyed this process of delivering the sweets. I'm sure God would have blessed him abundantly. So I would like to call him as a pioneer. Now I would like to finish up with the last category is the words for cunning, manipulating and shortcut paths. Again, getting on with cricket, I would like to take Pakistani captain of Pakistani cricket as the world for now. He's definitely having a stay up after beating India in this T20 World Cup. Right now he has got a wonderful match plan and he has got the heavy responsibility and heavy possibility of winning the T20 World Cup this time around. He has worked up, he has really worked hard and he has got some shortcut paths to make a history one more time after winning a World Cup in 1996. Okay. So, I would like to present these people in front of you and these are my pocket people in my opinion. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, I gave you a demonstration and I want every single person starting from Daksha Siddharth till the little Sibi Adityan, everybody should make an exhibit of these 5 members. I gave the pocket exhibit of all the living people. உங்களுக்கு அப்படி living people கிடைக்கலன்னா நீங்களே கிரியேட் பண்ணுங்க இப்படி ஒருத்தர் இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவருக்கே நேம் வச்சு அவர் அந்த இடத்துல நீங்க பால் பண்ண வச்சு நீங்க சொல்லணும். But if you go for the current trends, latest happenings sir browse பண்ற அந்த advantage இருக்கும். இப்படி ஒன்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ண மாதிரி. Yes. இல்ல அது சொல்றேன் living non living யார் உயிரோட இருந்தவங்க. குருபிரசன்னா fast.
Sir, I want to ask 2 things, sir. One, you already told, sir. I was coming to ask about can we have imaginary people, sir? You told that we shall have that, sir. Sir, I think so. Still, India has some chance to qualify for the finals.
Hey, Namibia should defeat New Zealand.
Hey, அப்படி ஒரு சான்ஸ் கிடைச்சு நீ போய் T20 வேர்ல்ட் கப் வின் பண்ணினாலும் அதுக்கு பேரு வெற்றியே கிடையாது. கிரிக்கெட் பத்தி ஏதாவது பேசுன பாத்தீங்க இது நான் பத்தி பேசுறேன் நான் கிரிக்கெட் வேலை யூஸ் பண்றது எவ்வளவு பேசக்கூடாது.
Dakshana, today Virat Kohli will win the toss, Anna.
Virat Kohli
Guruprasana
not.
anti phone day எப்ப எடுத்த?
Sir, from day before yesterday till yesterday, sir.
அதுக்கு எவ்வளவு ஸ்கோர்? 20 மார்க்ஸ் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா?
Virat Kohli won the toss.
30 marks minus for Dakshin Siddharth.
Sir, not anywhere, sir.
35 marks minus for Guruprasana for speaking about cricket and checking the toss update during the session that's going on. So 35 marks for the Guruprasana, 30 marks for Dakshin.
Sir, I did not even check, sir. So that only I am asking Dakshana to check, sir.
வளரக்கூடாது. இப்ப விராட் கோலி டாஸ் ஜெயிச்சிட்டானா இப்ப யாரு? நீ கேட்காம எதுவா இருந்தாலும் கிரிக்கெட் பத்தி பேசுறதுக்கு எவன்டா ரைட் கொடுத்தாங்க? Congratulations, anti-fountain bonus goes down into the deep ocean.
நான் இருக்கேன் சார்.
நீ எழுதுறதுனால மைனஸ் ஒரு கிடைக்கும். கேட்டதுக்கு டே you should not speak about cricket, the session is on ன்னு ஒரு பெரிய சொல்லணும்.
சரி கிளாஸ் முடிச்சிட்டீங்க.
நான் எப்ப சொல்ல முடியும் இப்பதான் பாக்கெட் people exhibit and experiment இருக்கு.
முடிச்சிட்டீங்க சார் நீங்க.
கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சா. நேத்து வந்து கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சு. அப்புறம்
Sir, okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I won't talk about cricket. If India did not win in ICC T20 World Cup, sir, I won't even talk about cricket in MSES evening session.
But now we are talking, da.
to hear anything because of that cracker noise? Are you sure? Maybe tomorrow. Finish the skit tomorrow and we are getting into the public people exhibit. Everybody expect great things and strong.
Bye.
Bye. See you.